pass, rolling to his right. They throw it, the in route to Tanner. Steck makes the catch. Steck dives for the pylon. Touchdown!
Up by the Nuggets, and an attack. That'll go for a kill from Anasteer.
Lamar looks for a block, makes a man miss at the 5. End zone touchdown, swirls. Sets up middle. Jensen for the exclamation point kill.
30, the 20, the 15, the 10, and an 85-yard touchdown run for Landon Olsen.
Ulster Telephone Company and R&J Broadcasting Incorporated is proud to present to you this broadcast on yourliveevent.com.
Good evening, everybody, and welcome to the Fargo South Gymnasium for tonight's EDC Class A matchup between the Fargo South Bruins and the West Fargo Horace Hawks. Hello, everybody. I'm Dan Gunnarsson. I am joined by my cameraman, Joey Hughes. Excited to bring you tonight's contest. The EDC season has entered the final leg as teams start jockeying for positions as we hurtle towards the EDC postseason. These two teams in front of us tonight only sit a game apart, with the Hawks in 7th place and Fargo South in 8th. And they're familiar with each other as well, playing once back on September 7th, and then again not too long ago in the Fargo Invitational here at Fargo South on October 6th. We'll have a chance to talk to both head coaches from the teams tonight and get their take and perspective on this upcoming game, along with giving you some starting lineups, taking a look around the Your Live event region, along with the EDC landscape in general, and give you an opportunity to hear what else is coming up in the region. We'll take our first break of this pregame show. When we come back, we will hear from the head coach of the Horace Hawks, Hadley Steffen. You're watching North Dakota High School football on Your Live event.
For 20 years, 702 Communications has been connecting people and businesses to the world through internet, telephone, and TV. And as your needs have changed, so has 702. Our dedication to our community and customers runs deep. So when you call, we listen. And you can trust that we'll never stop working to bring the latest technology to our friends and neighbors. Thank you for 20 years in business. The best is yet to come.
In Hope, North Dakota, we aren't just a town, we're a community, one that you can be proud of, where you and your family can grow. With available jobs, affordable housing, a golf course and pool, the sportsman club, and great educational opportunities. There hasn't been a better time to join the Hope community, ideally located between Fargo, Grand Forks, and Jamestown. For more information, go to www.hopend.com. Live, work, and play in Hope, North Dakota.
Here with Coach Hadley Steffen, head coach for the Horace Hawks varsity volleyball team tonight, coming in playing South. Let's start back with that little invitational you guys had a couple weeks ago. You played really well in that. Actually beat South there. You beat South at home, so you're very familiar with this team. What do you know? What have you learned about the Bruins in those couple games that you've had against them?
I think they have great resilience. They never stop working hard, and they never give up. And so as long as we play our game and we work as a team, then we'll be successful. But we just have to know that we can't let up as a team if we get ahead, that they're always going to be chomping at our heels.
Yeah, you got to be resilient, as you had mentioned. Who's going to be leading that resiliency tonight, so to speak? Who should we be looking for to be leading your team?
Right now, actually, my two outsides, Kelby and Jordan Christofferson, they're two sisters, a 9th grader and a 10th grader, and they're going all the way around on the outside right now, so I'm hoping they'll lead the pack.
You guys are a young team, obviously. This is just your second year of varsity sports, only a couple seniors on this roster. So you've had, as you mentioned, some underclassmen have to step up and lead. Maybe how have the seniors played, or how have they been able to lead the team? Maybe not play, but what have you noticed from their leadership as you guys have gone through this year?
Yeah, I think my upperclassmen have acclimated to change really, really well. And the coaching staff has taught them a lot on the court, off the court, working as a team, and I think they've made changes and been able to consistently make those changes throughout the season, and that's been really fun to watch.
If you guys end up with a victory tonight, what would the reason be? And if we're talking to you after the game, you would say what went well for your team?
We're the mentality right now is we're all staying on the same bus and we're all sitting in our own seat. So if we all can sit in our seat and stay buckled and everybody play their role, then we'll be successful.
I like that analogy. I might have to use that with my kids, just like. Our thanks to Hadley Steffen, the head coach of the Horace Hawks volleyball team, for that pregame interview. Apologize for the technical difficulties. That's not Hadley. That's me on the right side. Vern Muir was on the left, the head coach for the Red River Rough Riders and their game against Horace just a couple weeks ago. I had a chance to talk to him. But more importantly, the Horace team that we're concerned about tonight is this volleyball team for the Hawks. As we had talked about in the pregame interview, only their second year in existence when it comes to varsity volleyball, and they have a very young squad. A couple of 8th graders that got some action during the JV game, Harper Coulter and Kendall Mueller. Coulter specifically is going to see some playing time tonight along with in the part of that regular rotation. A big reason as to why is Sydney Schweyen, the one of 2 seniors on this squad, out tonight with an other activity that she is presenting at. Full disclosure, she's an orchestra, and she's a heck of a violin player, I believe, and for that reason, she's getting an opportunity with one more orchestra concert left in her senior career to do that. Bit of an interesting scheduling snafu, so to speak, but it happens from time to time. Regardless, this is the team that Horace will come here tonight with. A ton of sophomores on this squad, a handful of juniors, but some freshmen and 8th graders we'll see as well. One player to make sure and pay specific attention tonight is a junior, Alyssa Summerfield, the libero. She'll be wearing number 2. She's 5'5", but what makes her stand out more than I would say anybody else on the floor tonight for Horace is she was all EDC last year. First time that Horace has had that in their career, obviously with the first season being last year, and already off to a very strong start, strong year in 2023 for the junior. And a player to watch for tonight for the Hawks as the back row specialist, the libero, Alyssa Summerfield. We'll take another break here on the pregame show. When we come back, we'll talk to Peyton Weigleitner, the head coach of the Fargo South Bruins. You're watching North Dakota High School football on your live event.
If you want help from a firm that has integrity and respect, strives for excellence, and is interested in the betterment of the community, look no farther than Onstead Twitchell Attorneys. Our team of attorneys has dedicated and talented professionals who are committed to improving the lives of their clients and providing custom legal solutions with integrity and excellence. We have offices in West Fargo, Hillsboro, Maddox, Page, and Castleton. Or visit our website, www.onsteadlaw.com.
Buying a new home, but worried about the interest rate and terms from your bank? At First Class Mortgage, we'll find a mortgage that fits your needs. Shopping national banks and other lenders for the lowest rate and most affordable terms. Saving you time and money. So all you need to worry about is enjoying your new home. First Class Mortgage. Our expertise, your peace of mind. Put an expert to work for you. Call today.
Dan Gutterson here with the head coach of the Fargo South Bruins, Peyton Weigleitner. Coach, you're in the back half of the season. We're jockeying for position, and the team right in front of you, the Horace Hawks, a team that you had to play earlier this season at their building. Didn't go your way, lost in 5 sets. What have you gained in terms of experience with this team, and what do you think is different this time around as you head into this matchup?
I think that's exactly it. This team has continued to gain experience throughout the season, which is what we needed. We're a really young team. A lot of the kids weren't on the floor last year, so we've just been kind of using most of the season to mix our rotation up, try new things, and it doesn't always go in our favor. Sometimes we make changes and they didn't do exactly what we wanted it to do, but then we just switch it back and try something new. So that's exactly what they've gained throughout the season, is just more experience, comfortability with the varsity play, and the speed of the game.
So now what are you looking for in tonight's game from your teams?
Yeah, we're really hoping to just play a consistent and clean game. We've been talking about it for the last week about just focusing on a clean game. And so that's going to be our focus tonight is consistency and energy, consistency and communication, consistency in getting a block to the hit, so to speak. Just consistency in every aspect of the game is really going to be what we zero in on tonight.
So for those watching at home, who should we be looking for to lead that consistency and efficiency effort from your team tonight?
Yeah, absolutely. Amelia Hawley in the back row, our libero. She's a junior, just reached her 1,000 dig mark, so that's really cool for her, but she's always a solid player in the back row. In the front row, we're going to look to Tegan Malo. She's had a really high kill percentage the last couple games. She's been hitting above 30, so that's absolutely wonderful. So I think we can count on her to continue to put the ball down.
If you guys end up with the victory tonight, what would the reason be if the Bruins come away victorious?
We were gritty, we stayed aggressive, and we played a clean game.
I love it. I love the gritty.
Yeah.
So we'll be looking for the grittiness tonight.
Yeah.
Coach, I appreciate your time, and good luck.
Yeah, thank you very much.
Our thanks to the head coach of the Fargo South Bruins, Peyton Wegg-Leitner. The Bruins coming in, struggling a little bit over their last handful of games. In fact, coming into this game, they had lost 6 straight regular season matches before last Thursday's sweep of Wahpeton. It didn't get any better during that Fargo Invitational, where they ended up winning their first 2 matches, but then losing the next 4 over the course of that weekend Invitational, including a loss to Horace in 3 sets. They lost earlier this season as well to Horace back on September 7th, 3-2. They had won sets 2 and 3, but ended up falling in the last 2 to lose to the Hawks, and that's part of the reason why right now they sit a game behind Horace in the EDC standings at 7-11 in EDC play. 8-10 is Horace. Both those teams on the outside looking up at Fargo North, Fargo Davies, and Shanley, the top 3 teams in the EDC. But for Fargo South, a little bit of a different story. They also only have a couple seniors on this team, and one of them to watch tonight is Tegan Malo. Tegan, the 6-foot middle hitter for this South team, really can take over sets for long stretches of time, and I would really expect for South to try and utilize that to their advantage, feed her early and often. But outside of those 2 seniors, it is a similar young squad, much like Horace. They will have an 8th grader in Ruby Hawley, who you will see play in the back row quite often. Amelia Hawley, her sister, is the libero for this team, but one individual that I feel, even past Tegan Malo, is someone to watch will be Talon Holford, another middle hitter for this squad. She can also play a little bit on the outside, but both her and Malo will be players to watch for South to see if they can dominate not only offensively at the net by driving home kills, but also block the attackers of Horace from the middle and the outside. Like I said, these 2 teams know each other extremely well. They've played 8 sets against each other so far this year, with 5 going the way of Horace and 3 going the way of South. Tonight, both teams hoping that they can end up on the winning side of this ledger. We'll take another break here on the pregame show. When we come back, we'll take a look around the region as we get a chance to see what else is going on tonight in the Red River Valley. You're watching North Dakota High School football on your live event.
I'm Mandy Latour. I'm confident in the game, and when it's time for college, I'm confident Bank of North Dakota will help me make good student loan decisions. Visit bnd.nd.gov/confident.
I'm Darian Bitts. I'm confident on and off the field. And when it's time for college, I'm confident Bank of North Dakota will help me make good student loan decisions. Visit bnd.nd.gov/confident.
R&J Broadcasting Incorporated is hiring a full-time play-by-play sports announcer and broadcast sales representative. Duties include selling advertising time for radio, digital, video streaming, and regional cable TV. Play-by-play responsibilities include live play-by-play of local sporting events for radio, video streaming, and regional cable TV broadcasts. Wage plus talent and commission pay structure with full-time benefits package offered. For more information or to apply, email apply@rjbroadcasting.com. That's apply@rjbroadcasting.com.
Dan Gunderson back here with you. Elsewhere around the region, specifically in the EDC tonight as we enter the 8th week of volleyball action, you'll have Shanley at West Fargo High. Valley City will be at Fargo Davies. We'll have West Fargo Cheyenne at Grand Forks Red River. Grand Forks Central at Devil's Lake. And then Wahpeton will host Fargo North. This same Fargo South team will play a non-EDC game on Thursday against Fargo Oak Grove. We're coming up towards the end of the season as well with Week 9. Just looking ahead a little bit at October 24th and 26th of action. We'll keep it pretty localized, well, or at least centralized, if you will, with just what these teams have coming up. For Fargo South, they'll be at Valley City on the 24th and then at home against Shanley on the 26th. For West Fargo Horace, they will be at home against Grand Forks Red River on the 24th, and then they will be on the road against Devil's Lake on the 26th. In the Your Live event viewing area, what we have on tap for you tonight, Tri-State versus Central Cass and North Dakota Class B volleyball. We also have some Kindred versus Lisbon volleyball going on tonight as well. On the Minnesota side of the river, Ada Borup West is taking on Climax Fisher. Pelican Rapids is at Holly, and Nevis is at Pine River Bacchus. That is the look around the region. Just a sneak peek ahead of things for Your Live event tomorrow. We'll have Minnesota football as they start to wrap up some sectional play in and around the state. Of course, for parents out there, this week's significant because it's either MEA or North Dakota Teachers in Service, meaning your kids are probably at home and bothering the heck out of you. So get out of the house and go to a local football game. Red Lake versus Ada Borup West tomorrow. You have Wasabi East versus Aitken. You have Red Lake County Central versus Polk County West. Crookston versus Holly. And Monaga versus Manobin Waban. All of that on Your Live event, including the Your Live event coaches show tomorrow as well. We're going to take our final break of the pregame show. When we come back, we will get you set with starting lineups and our first serve of tonight. You're watching North Dakota High School football on Your Live event.
At Enbridge, we believe sustainability is the foundation of our success. How well we perform as a steward of our environment, a safe operator of essential energy infrastructure, a good neighbor, and a diverse employer defines our success. Learn more about Enbridge's environmental, social, and governance commitments and our Indigenous Reconciliation Plan at enbridge.com.
Let's get real. Get ready for a place that's big enough to grow and small enough to care. The University of Minnesota Crookston offers more than 35 majors, minors, and certificates. Earn a University of Minnesota degree, where you can make a difference in a close-knit community. Faculty become friends and friends feel like family. You don't need a big city, just big dreams. The University of Minnesota Crookston. Real, hands-on, and will get you ready for anything.
Every farmer has a good story about picking rocks. Want to hear ours? To this day, we pick rocks on our founder's farm, and they go into every Bell Bank branch we build. How's that for rock-solid commitment?
Every bank wants you to open an account. Then along come sneaky fees. Sneaky, sneaky. If you hate sneaky fees, switch to Bell Bank. We give sneaky fees the boot. Bell Bank.
A game without a crowd is just a scrimmage. A performance without an audience is just a rehearsal. Without your presence, high school sports and the performing arts aren't possible. Ensure that these essential extracurricular activities continue to enrich the lives of students in North Dakota. Purchase a ticket to your local high school's game or performance.
This message presented by the NDHSAA and the North Dakota Interscholastic Athletic Administrators Association.
Keep your job site stocked with reliable service from Prairie Supply Inc., the contractor's headquarters. Our team specializes in everything concrete. That means hand tools and equipment, rebar of all shapes and sizes, concrete forming packages and ICFs, decorative concrete materials like color, stain, sealers, and coatings. And let's not forget our impressive fleet of winter construction equipment to keep the concrete flowing all year round. If you've got concrete questions, we've got concrete answers at Prairie Supply Inc., the contractor's headquarters. Visit us today at any of our 6 locations.
RDK Enterprises is searching for candidates to fill multiple positions. These customer-facing positions require a high level of organization, workflow management skills, the ability to work with and lead others, problem-solving skills, and the drive to deliver an outstanding customer experience. Available positions include shop foreman and service technician. Compensation package based on experience. If interested in joining our team, upload your resume at planterdoc.com.
Dan Gunnarsson back here on the pregame show for this EDC matchup. We're going to go right into that first set, but before we do, of course, we're going to get to you the starting lineups for tonight's game. We will start with the Horace Hawks and what we should expect from this starting rotation tonight. They will have at a libero position, a 5'5 junior wearing number 2, Alyssa Summerfield. At the setter position will be a 5'5 sophomore wearing number 5, Lilia Donnelly.
Number 2, Alyssa Summerfield.
Starting at a middle and right side hitter, a 5'9 sophomore wearing number 8, Olivia Shook. Starting in the middle, a 5'11 senior wearing number 9, Ella Livingston. At another middle outside hitter will be 6' sophomore wearing number 11, Kelby Christofferson. Her sister, a freshman at 5'11 and an outside hitter wearing number 20, will be Jordan Christofferson. And then we will see in middle and right side hitter, a junior at 6 foot 2 inches wearing number 23, Jaden Hale. Again, that is Summerfield, Shook, Livingston, Donnelly, 2 Christoffersons, and Hale. Coached by Hadley Steffen. The Horace Hawks come in with a record of 15-11, 8-10 in the EDC. For the Fargo South Bruins, they will go like this. Starting at a libero position will be 5'5 junior Amelia Hawley, wearing number 1. Wearing number 2 will be her sister, a defensive specialist at 5'4 and an 8th grader, Ruby Hawley. We'll see Elena Klockner, a 5'10 junior at the outside hitter, wearing number 3. Taylor Hoffert will be one of the middle hitters, a 5'10 sophomore wearing number 8. She'll be joined by a 6 foot senior middle hitter wearing number 19, Tegan Malo. And of course, Mara Whiting, a 5'8 junior wearing number 22, and the setter for Fargo South. Peyton Wagleiter is their head coach. 10-16 overall, 7-11 in EDC play. These two teams separated just by 1 game in the standings and are here ready to go for the first set of action. Dan Gunnarsson, Joey Hughes, joining you on the broadcast. Thank you for joining us tonight for this game as these both teams get ready and lined up. And right away, Amelia Hawley will step on in. She's joined by her sister, Ruby, and of course, Kirsten Hoppy in the back as well. Coach Payton had said pregame to me that she may have switched some things up, so you'll see Abby Bockel along with Tegan Malo and Mara Whiting, for Fargo South, who takes the first serve from Horace and sends it back, but dug out by the Hawks. They'll send it back row. Great job by the Hawks to get that first point. It's Olivia Shook to put the Hawks up 1-0. So the service by Lilia Donnelly gets over, and here comes South, and that one is sent too far by Malo coming from that outside, and it's 2-0 Hawks. Third time that these two teams have met so far this year. Back on September 7th, the Hawks took the first one. Nice kill on the outside. This time, Abby Bockel. And it's 2-1. Mara Whiting in the back. As Ruby Hawley will take a seat. This one is sent over. Dug out by the Hawks. They'll send it over, and a tip. Nice job by Bockel to get it up in the air. Pardon me, that was Malo who got it up in the air, and Bockel sends it over. But here come the Hawks attacking. Nice block at the front as the kill from Kelby Christofferson is shied away. Conley over to the right side. Another kill attempt on the outside. That one is Jaden Hale wearing number 23. They're just pushed over, dug out, and Horace will set things up. They go to the outside. Swung in too far. Was there a tip? It sure sounded like it. No, as that kill attempt from Kelby Christofferson goes long, and it's 2-2. Whiting, great serve. She sends it over. It's tipped up by Donnelly, who sets it up. Long kill. The back far corner by Christofferson is good. And a side out for Horace.
Christofferson serving for the Hawks.
Kelby Christofferson in the back. Sends this over and far over the head of Amelia Hawley, who correctly called that one out, and we're tied at 3. Malo is back to serve. She sends that one over. Tacked on the outside. Too far was the hit from Hale, and Fargo South takes an early lead. Melissa Summerfield, just a great comfort to have such a phenomenal libero in the back row to set everything up from a defensive perspective. She's so true in her bumps, helping Horace get at least an opportunity to send it over, which they do there, but again, too long, and right now, just a little over-aggressive on their kill attempts. That's the third one that we have seen go long for this Horace team. The second time that Christofferson has done that, and South has taken advantage. They're up 5-3. Summerfield sets up to Donnelly to the outside. Beautiful job by Jordan Christofferson. She's on the near side wearing number 20. Kind of sent that over, a little bit of a push kill, and gets the side out for Horace. Livingston checks on in with Olivia Shook in the back to serve. Sent over, dung out by Hawley. Going to go to the outside on a push. Nice block by Horace as they sent it back. Go to the backside again, and that one is Bockel, but that one ends up being a net violation, or pardon me, 4 hits, unfortunately, as they were unable to get it over, and it ties things up at 5. Shook again to serve. Right into the net. Service error, and South back on top. Quick substitution here as we will see Klockner check on in for Hoppy and take over on the far side. Bockel to serve. The 5'10 sophomore sends it over. Dug out by Christofferson. It's going to be an attack from Hale on the right side. Fargo South sends it back. Good job in the back row by Horace. And Christofferson sends it over. That one is Jordan wearing number 20. Haley gets it over. Kelby, or I should say Shelby in the back, gets that one. No, that's Kelby, and there's an outside attempt kill too far for Jordan Hale. And South back up by 2. Again, another long kill attempt by the Hawks. Fourth time we have seen that in 7 points for the Bruins. As Backel will serve again. Dug out nicely by Kelby. Set it up to the middle. Great job by Horace. Donnelly sets up Livingston beautifully for the point. 7-6. Couple quick substitutions for Horace as Harper Coulter will check on in. And then Shaylee Bafkun looking to check on in, and one of the referees had to make a quick just check of that substitution. So Bafkun, a 5'9" junior, and then we've got the 8th grader serving. That is a rocket serve from Harper Coulter, and in fact a service ace as South is unable to handle it. Talking to Coach Stefan pregame, she said the youth of this team has caused 8th graders to have to step up and play, some freshmen as well, but 8th graders specifically. And she had mentioned Harper Coulter by name. This young 8th grader, just a great serve. As South tries to return it, that one goes off Summerfield as Christofferson ran to try and save it. Couldn't get it in time before it hit the ground. And a side out. Summerfield singing her praises, unable to handle that attempt. Kill attempt from South, and they get the side out, up 8-7. Holly serves. Horace returns. It's Christofferson from the outside. Jordan, the freshman, with a strong kill attempt. Jordan stands at 5'11", sends that serve over, dug out nicely by Ruby Holly. And there's the push from Hoford, but it's dug out nicely by Horace. That one pushed over and out. Kelby Christofferson on that attempt. We're going to be saying the Christofferson name a lot tonight as the Bruins take a 9-8 lead. The South Bruins, they have a couple of sisters on their roster as well. It was Ruby Holly first serving. Now Amelia will send it over. Both back row specialists, neither able to handle that kill attempt from the outside. Bafkun with the point. And it's 9 apiece. Summerfield back to serve. Ruby Holly, an 8th grader as well. But unlike her counterpart in Coulter, who is more of the outside hitter, Holly helps in the back row as a defensive specialist for this South team as Christofferson sends it over, but South is there. They're going to go to the outside as Klockner gets the kill. Rewarded for her service with a substitution. Hoppy in the back to serve. Sends it over. Well, got on Jordan Christofferson pretty quickly. Horace able to handle it, and it stays in. Boy, Hoppy was right there. Thought that one was going to go out. Actually hit her foot when she was in play. And the point goes to Horace. Hale and Donnelly back in for the Hawks. Bafkun and Coulter take a seat as we're tied at 10. Donnelly goes to the far side. Dug out nicely by South, and they return the favor from the middle. It's Malo who finds an open spot on the other side of the net. And 11-10 our score. Heard the word grit quite a bit from Coach Payton in the pregame show. Grittiness specifically. And you saw a lot of that from this team as that one goes off the hands of Summerfeld and out of play. Point goes to South. Early on in the season as they were playing very well, but the last 6 games, 7 of 6 games, is another serve unable to be handled by Horace, specifically Christofferson, and we're going to get a timeout from Coach Stefan will take one as well. 13-10, your score halfway through the first set of this EDC volleyball matchup between Fargo South and the Horace Hawks. You're watching North Dakota High School Volleyball on your live event. Dan Gutterson, Joey Hughes back with you at the Fargo South Gymnasium. 13-10, our score. The Bruins with an early lead here on in the first set. Going back to what Coach Payton for Fargo South had said in the pregame show, that grittiness had shown it early on in the season, but they've hit a rough patch as of late. Had lost 6 straight regular season matches before last Thursday's sweep of Wapton. They also ended up going 2-4 during their own invitational. Pardon me. 2-4, yes. 2-4 during their own invitational 2 weekends ago now. And that included a loss to Horace. And right now Horace just really having a tough time handling any kind of serves from South. That one just really volleyed over, but then the kill attempt on the outside, Guggesberg does everything she can to make sure she can just push it over. And here comes Horace back with it. A little bit of sloppy play from both teams. Malo, though, great job by Donnelly. Or I should say Sommerfeld to dig it out and send it back over. Malo tried to get the quick kill. That one's sent over by Hale. South is able to handle it. It's Guggesberg for the outside into the net and the point for Horace. A much-needed side out for the Hawks.
Spiegelmeier serving for the Hawks.
That one's sent over, dug out nicely by Hawley, but Guggesberg and Malo have a tough time communicating as that one falls harmlessly to the floor. Great serve from Piper Spiegelmeier into the contest for the first time tonight. And her second serve ends up hitting the shoulder of Hawley, but it stays in play. Horace, though, gets an opportunity to return it. It's Christofferson off the block and the kill, and we're tied up. Spiegelmeier still serving, 13 apiece. Line drive serve, dug out by Hawley. Tipped over, and great job to end the run. Malo gets the point, and South back on top.
Hofford in for the Bruins. Malin serving for the Bruins.
So Malo to serve. Jump service sent over, dug out by Summerfield, set up by Donnelly to the outside to Hale, who pushes it over, and then finds space. 14 apiece. Coach Payton shouting out instructions for her team as the serve is sent over by Shook. Guggesberg to the backside, but Spiegelmeier there. Donnelly got to go to the outside. Christofferson with the kill. And Horace has the lead. Ella Livingston, Jaden Hale, Jordan Christofferson in that front end. Spiegelmeier, Donnelly, and Olivia Shook in for Horace as Shook's serve goes too far. It's out. And the service error ties things up again. Back and forth action here between South and Horace. Hoppy in. Pardon me, out. Klockner in. Bockel to serve. It's over. Dug out by Spiegelmeier. Set up by Donnelly on the outside. Kill for Hale. And the rotation comes in. Avkun.
Coulter in and serving for the Hawks.
Coulter. In. Shook. Joined at the end of the bench by Hale and Donnelly. Coulter to serve. That one dug out in the back by Bockel. And South sends it over. Set up on the outside. Oh, nice little push attempt from Bavkun. Haley, though, will send it over for South. There's the set, and no tip. It just goes out off the top of the net from Livingston. I thought for sure that a South player had gotten their hands on that. The referees decide, or I should say the umpires decide no. It was just a deflection off the top of the net and out of bounds, out of play, and the point goes to South as Hawley serves. They're going to go to the middle. Christofferson got a swing off that, and that's off the hands of the elder Hawley, out of play, and the point back to Horace in the lead as well. Spiekemeyer out.
Christofferson serving for the
Kelby
Hawks.
Christofferson in. Her sister, the younger, Jordan, back to serve. Great action back and forth. Christofferson, line drive serve. Bockel can't handle it, out of bounds. And it's a 2-point lead for Horace, and Coach Payton wants to take a pause and will break with her. Horace has jumped in front late in this first set, 18-16. You're watching North Dakota High School Volleyball on your live event.
Every Wednesday night at 7, watch the YourLiveEvent.com Coaches Show presented by the Hillsborough Economic Development Corporation. Stay up to date with the latest goings-on in the region, as we'll hear from area coaches in North Dakota and Minnesota. Plus, we'll highlight area high school seniors on their achievements in the classroom and on the court with our Senior Spotlight. That's the YourLiveEvent.com Coaches Show presented by the Hillsborough Economic Development Corporation, Wednesday nights at 7 on YourLiveEvent.com.
Dan Gutterson back with you. Fargo South calling a timeout as they have fallen behind the Horace Hawks 18-16 in this first set of this all-important EDC matchup. The Hawks 9 games back of first place Fargo North, a team that they were actually up 2-0 on earlier this year, and then we are going to get a penalty on Fargo South. I don't believe their rotation was correct, and therefore the point goes to Horace. And just the way that this umpire here at the scores table right down in front of us was kind of pointing, it looked like Mara Whiting was not in the correct position. Coulter, though, gifts South a point with the service error, and it's 19-17. 9 games back of Fargo North is Horace. South is 10 games back of them as well. Top 4 seeds get byes when it comes to the EDC tournament. This one is sent over. Handled by Summerfield. Tipped up by Coulter on the outside, and the kill attempt is good for Kelby Christofferson. And it's 20-17. Summerfield back to serve. Sends it over. Dug out in the back row, but nobody paying attention as Bockel did a great job of tipping that up, but South wasn't ready for it. And Coach Payton again will call timeout as the lead for Horace is ballooned to 4. We'll keep it right here. Kind of give you the landscape of the EDC. Not many games are left at this point in the EDC regular season. The high school, I should say the EDC volleyball tournament, November 4th, 7th, 10th, and 11th. The way that it is set up, those first 4 teams in, they get byes into that quarterfinal matchup. The other teams, though, they've got to play their way in to the EDC as well. 7, 8, 5, and 6 all host games on the 4th of November. The 9, 10, 11, and 12 teams will look to try and pull the upset right now. The way it stands, Horace in 7th and South in 8th. And they're trying to maintain that position, as that one is sent too far out of play by Malo, and the point goes again to Horace, and they have gained a 22-17 advantage here in the first set. As we said, why that seeding is so important, as that serve goes too far from Summerfield out of play, and the point to South.
Hoppy in and serving for the Bruins.
Trailing by a mere game, or I should say a mere 2 games of Fargo South, is Valley City. As that one goes off the hands of Christofferson, Jordan Christofferson, who's been targeted by the service team of South tonight, unable to handle that one, and we're at 22-19. And Hoppy getting an opportunity to try to get her team back into this one. The Hawks just 3 points away from a first set victory. South hoping to have some other ideas. Coulter still in the service position to the outside. Can't handle it. It's too hot. Bob Kuhn with the kill. A lot of authority, and might I say anger behind that one. And the point to the Hawks. 2 away from taking this first set.
Donnelly serving for the Hawks.
Donnelly serving. Sent over, dug out by Holly, set up by Whiting on the outside. Oh, great job by Summerfield to handle that kill. No wonder she's all EDC. This one pushed over, and it falls to the ground. Donnelly and Christofferson both attacking that ball to no avail. Let's go back to that kill attempt for the outside. Looked like Bockel had a lot behind that one, and Summerfield just stands her ground and is able to dig that out. She sends that over to Christofferson, who goes to her younger sister, who sends it over. Whiting to the outside. That one is good! Gugesberg finds the hardwood. 23-21. We'll keep things right here, as Coach Steffen for the Hawks calls her final time out of the set. 23-21. Your score, Horace with the advantage. These two teams going back to the 6th of October. Played 3 sets in the Fargo Invitational. Horace won the first one 25-18, lost the second one 25-20, and then won the third one 15-19. If we go all the way back even to September 7th and look at how those games ended up, it was a 3-2 victory for the Hawks. And this one is an ace from Whiting, to make it 23-22. And Whiting's back to serve again. This one into the net, and Horace is now a point away from taking this set.
Spiegelmeyer in and serving for the Hawks.
Spikemeyer is in. 24-22 your score to serve, and that one taken by Holly. Set up by Whiting, going to the out inside, and that is too far. No, they do say it's a tip. So it's off the hands of a Horace blocker, and the point goes to South. Horace couldn't believe it. South is still alive. Malo to serve, dug out by Horace. They're going to go to the outside. It's Hale. Her attempt is blocked at the net, and we're all tied up at 24. Malo gets the serve over. Horace, Donnelly to the outside. It's Christofferson. Goes back row. Malo digs it out. South on the attack. It's Gugasberg. It's tipped to the net and falls in play. Point South. Malo sends it into the net. And we're all tied up again at 25. To kind of finish that thought back on that September 7th match, which was ended up winning 3-2 by Horace. They won the first set 25-18, lost the next one 25-18, and then 25-22. They would win the third and fourth set. No set ended up going into extra points, which is where we're at tonight in the first set of this EDC matchup, as this one is sent to the outside. Hale pushes it over, dug out nicely by Hoppy, and then South, struggling to get it over, just sends it almost into the mezzanine section where I'm standing, and the point goes to Horace, and now they're a point away again from taking the first set. If this is any indication of how this game is going to go tonight, we are in for a wild and fun one in the Fargo South Gymnasium. South pushed over, dug out, but unsuccessfully by Spiekemeyer as it goes off. Hale, great job by South to send it over, and they've tied it up at 26. Bockel back to serve. Horace going to set it up in the middle. Livingston pushed it over. Bockel there. Whiting to Gugasberg, who sends it back row, dug out by Donnelly. Summerfield will bump set it as Christofferson pushes it over back to Hawley. Set up in the middle, pushed over as Holford, dug out nicely by Christofferson. On the outside, it's Hale. Hale gets the kill. Boy, Hawley was moving towards the stands, tipped it and misdirected it, and Horace gets the point. It looked like potentially Bockel was going to be able to help back that one up, but Haley, out of reaction, tipped it and misdirected it. So the 8th grader, Coulter, sends it over. Not deterred by the chance from the student section here at House. South, I should say, as Klockner sends it over, but Horace able to handle it. Christofferson from the back row. Haley, nice dig. Set up by Whiting, going back to Klockner on the outside of the kill! 27 apiece. Klockner gets the side out, and South back to serving. There's a 4-point lead at one point for Horace. And South came all the way back to tie things up as Ruby Hawley off the net. Oh, great job by Livingston to save it. Christofferson just has to send it over. Klockner pushed over by Whiting. Back row, dug out by Spiekemeyer. It's going to go to the outside. That one blocked, but nice job digging it out by Horace. But we are going to get 4 hits on Horace. I thought for sure that one went off the block attempt of South. The umpire right at the net is saying no, as Coach Steffen wants to talk it over with her. Maybe an extra set of eyes, a conversation. Just based off of kind of hand movement, she's thinking, boy, that hit a hand and came back. And they are going to have a conversation with the head umpire. It's a critical point in this juncture. I really did think that that was a block and came back to Horace. So we'll see what we get here. Rare that this would be overturned. And just the way she's walking, I don't think it will be. So it stays the same. 28-27. Bruins with the lead. Ruby Hawley serving. The 8th grader jump serve. That one is too far over the head of Summerfield. And we're tied up again at 28 apiece. Again, this is the first set. And it has been a, I would say, elongated pregame to begin with. They had an appreciation ceremony along with senior night. This game was supposed to get underway at 7 o'clock. We're at 8:12. It's still the first set as Klockner sends it back row. Summerfield gets it. That one set up by Coulter. Pushed over by Christofferson. In the middle is Holford. Dug out by Christofferson on the outside, pushed over by Bavkun. That one is a bad bump attempt and sent out of bounds. Point goes to Horace. And it's 29-28. First one in 25 win sets, by the way. And right now we're at 30. The point to meet if you're Christofferson for Horace. She gets it over, dug out by Holly. Set up Whiting, just pushes it over. Coulter Christofferson had gotten comfortable in the back row. Whiting, not the first time that she's done that in this set. Ties things up again at 29. Again, it is the first set. Incredible action from the Fargo South Gymnasium. This one sent over, dug out by Summerfield. Set up by Coulter on the outside. It's Hale and it's in! Pardon me, that's not Hale on the outside. That's Coulter on the outside, the freshman. Pardon me, 8th grader. I'm making her older than she is. Gets the kill. And the point for Horace. 30-29. Summerfield to serve. Sent over. Dug out by Holly. Set. And Holly, Amelia, is just going to have to send it over. That one set up by Coulter on the outside, and then it's a nice block attempt by South. Bobcoon's just going to have to push it over. Holly there to dig it out. Whiting will push it over. That one dug up by Christofferson. Coulter going to send it over to the other Christofferson, who goes off the attempt of Klockner, who sends it out of bounds, and the point goes to Horace and the victory for the Hawks in the first set, 31-29. What an entertaining first set for the Hawks and the Bruins. The Hawks take it 31-20. We're going to take this set break. When we come back, second set action from the Fargo South Gymnasium. You're watching North Dakota High School Volleyball on your live event.
For 20 years, 702 Communications has been connecting people and businesses to the world through internet, telephone, and TV. And as your needs have changed, so has 702. Our dedication to our community and customers runs deep. So when you call, we listen. And you can trust that we'll never stop working to bring the latest technology to our friends and neighbors. Thank you for 20 years in business. The best is yet to come.
In Hope, North Dakota, we aren't just a town, we're a community, one that you can be proud of, where you and your family can grow. With available jobs, affordable housing, a golf course and pool, the Sportsman Club, and great educational opportunities. There hasn't been a better time to join the Hope community, ideally located between Fargo, Grand Forks, and Jamestown. For more information, go to www.hopend.com. Live, work, and play in Hope, North Dakota. If you want help from a firm that has integrity and respect, strives for excellence, and is interested in the betterment of the community, look no farther than Onstead Twitchell Attorneys. Our team of attorneys has dedicated and talented professionals who are committed to improving the lives of their clients and providing custom legal solutions with integrity and excellence. We have offices in West Fargo, Hillsboro, Maddox, Page, and Castleton. Or visit our website, www.onsteadlaw.com.
Dan Gutterson, Joey Hughes back with you. They're definitely not hungry like the Wolf. Although the Hawks hungry for that victory in that first set. They get it 31-29. They were up 23-19 at one point in that first set before South came storming back to tie things up. Rules dictate that you have to be at least up by 2 if you reach 25 points first. South and Horace going back and forth for the remainder of that first set. And finally, Horace comes away with the victory at 31-29. And now we have entered the second set of this contest. What a fun game. So much riding on this in terms of later in the season with the EDC tournament looming, an opportunity to host one of those games on the 4th of November. get you an opportunity to play into the quarterfinals. As we said, the 5th, 6th, 7th, and 8th seeds do host a game early on. Both these teams right now, as it stands, sit at 7th and 8th place respectively. That's Horace in 7th place, South in 8th, and South scrambles to save that one as the second set is underway. Hale from the outside, that one is tipped out of bounds, and the point to Horace. And they open up the second set with a 1-0 lead. No timer really on that first set, but I have to imagine a good 30 minutes, if not more, within that first set. Both coaches using the timeouts, 2 of them allotted each set. Those teams going very deep into the set when it came to scoring. And Horace comes away with a 31-29 victory. Up 1-0 here in the second set. It's Christofferson from the near side, sends it back, dug out by Bockel. That one's sent up in the air by Horace, and it's pushed over by Shook from the back row. Whiting will push it over. Nice dig out by Spiekemeyer. Whiting again will set up the kill attempt. Malo is blocked in the middle. Livingston is there, but then a kill attempt sent right back by Whiting to the back corner. Shook not ready for it. Point to South. A research and development team currently looking into if either of these teams had an overtime game, let alone a game that ended up going into a 30-point territory. And hopefully we'll get a chance to kind of give you that update later in this second set. Right now, though, Horace on the attack, pushed over by Hale. South able to handle it, set up on the outside. Bockel gets the kill. .5'10" sophomore Abby Bockel from the outside gives Mara Whiting an opportunity to send over the serve. Dug out by Summerfield, set up by Donnelly, pushed over by Christofferson, dug out by Bockel. She wants it. They're going to go to Gugesberg on the outside. That one way too far. And the Hawks tie it up. It was a lot of this in that first set as well. Back and forth, back and forth. Largest advantage gained by Horace was 4 points. They lost all of that right towards the end of that first set. Still come away victorious, and really that's, in a sense, all that matters as Malo comes for the middle to the kill, but on the other end to hang on to it is Summerfield as Horace sends it over. They're going to go to the outside. It's Bockel, and she's blocked. Livingston and Bobkoon over there for the block, and the Hawks take the lead. It's Coulter, the 8th grader, Harper, sends it over. Dug out by Hawley. Set up by Whiting on the outside. Kill attempt by Gugesberg. Dug out in the back by Spiekemeyer. Christofferson goes for the kill. Nice job by Hawley. Stands her ground. They send it over to Bockel. Pushed it over. Dug out by Coulter. Summerfield will set it up as Christofferson sends it over in the block attempt by South. A scramble. They push to the back. Spiekemeyer is there. Set up on the outside for Bobkoon, who sends it over. Dug out by Gugesberg. Set to the outside. It is dug out nicely by Spiekemeyer, set up by Coulter. It's Christofferson, swing it to the back. It's Hawley. Whiting will set it up, go to the middle. Malo. Summerfield is there. Coulter will set it up to the outside. Bobkoon, kill attempt, blocked by South. Can they get it over? They can. Boy, Horace is wanting 4. Christofferson's trying to end this. Hawley won't let him. Whiting sends it over. Dug up by Summerfield, set up by Coulter. To the outside, it's Christofferson. That's blocked. Summerfield, dig Livingston. It's Christofferson. She's blocked. Boy, is there a net violation? Boy, they want it. That net was hit and shook. I saw it. Neither of these umpires are noticing it. And South is going to get the point. So the point for the Bruins, I will tell you, in all of that volleying, which was extended to say the least, the Horace fans, not so much the sideline, if you will, as the dig by Spiekemeyer goes over the head of Summerfield. She wasn't ready to take over that one, and the point goes to South. Back to that long rally at 3-2. Horace fans were asking for 4 hits. The bench, not demonstrative on that side, but when South got a block attempt and ended up getting a point, the net moved significantly. I mean, it was visible from here. And the Horace bench just a little bit upset. Nobody from the umpiring crew noticed that one. And right now, South has the ball sent back into their net by Livingston, and the point goes to Horace. 4 apiece. It's one of the backline judges.
Livingston with the kill.
Just has some comments
Christopherson serving for the Hawks.
for the head umpire. And we get a rotation as Spiekemeyer takes a seat. Piper, she's played well in this one. Christopherson's serve just rocketed over to the south side, but they're able to handle it. Coulter playing some good setting minutes, if you will. She's still in. She had set up Bovkun to the outside. South's able to return it, and now it's on the other side where Christopherson's kill attempt is blocked. Can Summerfield do anything with it? No. Point to South. It's probably too early on in the set to say that the point loss at 3-2 was significant. It's rally scoring, so really you're going to have an opportunity to come back into that one, and that one is, didn't see it from the back line, and I believe we're going to get a muted celebration, but South gets the service ace, so it's 6-4. Good job by Bockel to send it to the far side and get the point for South. That's a tough call for that back line judge. She's on the other side of the net, but has to kind of control that line if the head umpire isn't able to see it. She crossed her arms, indicating didn't have a great advantage to it. Horace now gets the side out. South is unable to handle that kill attempt, and it's 6-5. Eventful first 11 combined points here in the second set. Horace does lead this 1-0. They won that first set 31-29. And looking to make it 2 straight as Klockner gets the kill attempt. Klockner, she has had a very strong game from her outside position. I've been very impressed with her attacks towards the net. A lot of velocity behind those kills. It seems like Whiting is hitting her in stride on the sets. Wouldn't be surprised to see Whiting try to set up Klockner a little bit more as not only this set but the game in general goes along. Hawley in the back, able to dig that one out. It's Ruby back to Klockner. Like I said, was it a tip? It's out. No tip called. Side out. Horace gets the point.
Donnelly serving.
Donnelly back in to serve. She spent quite a bit of time in that first 13 points on the bench just based on rotation, allowing the 8th grader Coulter to be the main setter, and Donnelly came up kind of yelling at Summerfield to go after that ball. There's been a couple times where Horace has had some miscommunications like that. Summerfield, an all EDC libero, has found herself out of position a couple of times. That'll happen. Phenomenal athlete and a really good libero. We've seen her stand her ground on some impressive kill attempts from South. Very impressed with how she's played. Hale gets that over. Now Horace will have an opportunity to set themselves up in the middle. Kill attempt by Shook is off of a South player, but they get a net violation. Or pardon me, a double hit, I should say, on South. And the point goes to the Hawks. Olivia Shook, 5'9", but they have her as a middle hitter. She does get up there. She's great jumping ability. Can Horace keep it alive? Summerfield just pushed it over. Nice job by South to send it back over. Hale will get it to Spiekemeyer, will send it back. South sets it up to the middle. It's Malo! Just with the way the flow of the game has gone, Malo hasn't had a ton of attempts in the middle of the net. Gets one there and puts the Bruins up 9-7. Hoppy to serve. That one, Summerfield kind of takes over for Spiekemeyer as those two have a conversation. And it's 10-7. South starting to creep ahead a little bit here. As Spiekemeyer out, Christopherson in. Hoppy to serve into the net. And Horace gets the point.
Shock serving for the Hawks.
Shook sends it over and dug out by Holly in the back row to Whiting to the outside. Bacco is blocked. Wow. Great job at the net by Livingston and Hale as they retain the serve. Bacco, she's been held in check tonight from that outside position. Horace sends it over. Whiting will have to bump it to the back row where it's pushed over by Holly. Donnelly going to set it up, go to the outside. It's Christofferson with the kill. And we're all tied up at 10. The celebration between Jordan and Kelby, sisters, I don't know if you want to call that a sisterly love type shove. Kelby really got into her sister's shoulder there after the kill attempt based on excitement and really nothing else, I'm sure, as Horace on the backside of the unable to retain possession. Bacco, who tried to go through a wall the last kill attempt, just decides to finesse it over and gets the point in the side out. For South, it's 11-10. Whiting to serve. Christofferson to the outside again, blocked nicely by South, but they get a chance to set up a kill attempt, and it's in the middle. It's Malo, and it's in.
Malo with the kill.
She went to the back row where Horace didn't really have an opportunity to try and cover. Their back row defense featured just one individual. And Malo is able to get the kill. Horace on the attack. It's Hale. Back row. Whiting this time. Digs it out. That one's Gugesberg. That one off the net and out. So the antenna, in fact, indicating in out, hits that. So immediately you call out on that one. And the point to the Hawks. Coulter to serve. Gets it right over the net. Dug out nicely by Holly. Didn't really have a lot of room for air. And we are going to get a double hit. Must have been on the set. I got to imagine. Just kind of the lateness of that whistle. And it ties things up at 12. Coulter, nice serve, dug up by Holly. Whiting will bump set it over to the outside, and it is blocked. Gugesberg going for the kill attempt. Bob Kuhn and Livingston this time collaborate. And 13-12 your score. The Hawks take the lead. Coulter sends it over, dug out by Hoppy, set up by Whiting to Haley, who's got to push it over. Bovkun to Coulter to Christofferson into the net. These two teams so evenly matched. Back and forth we go here in the second set. At the halfway point of this one, 13 apiece, Hawks and Bruins. Hawks took that first set 31-29. South trying to get back into this thing and tie it up at one apiece as Christofferson sends that in. South just let it travel and did feel from the jump that one was going to go long, but the downward spin that ball had gave Christofferson the kill and the point, and now she's back serving. Holly, Whiting, Bacco, Christofferson, Coulter, Livingston. Dug out by Bacco. Holly saves it, pushed over by Whiting. Back row, Christofferson. Coulter will set it up to the outside. It's Bovkun who will just kind of flip it over. Whiting to the outside. It's Gugesberg. She'll push it over. Livingston, Coulter, Christofferson from the back row right on Holly. And her dig attempt, too aggressive towards the net. Whiting just sends it into the fans on the far side, and the point to the Hawks gives them a 15-13 lead. Timeout. Coach Payton of South will break with her as well. Horace up on South 15-13. You're watching North Dakota High School volleyball on your live event.
Buying a new home, but worried about the interest rate and terms from your bank? At First Class Mortgage, we'll find a mortgage that fits your needs. shopping national banks and other lenders for the lowest rate and most affordable terms, saving you time and money. So all you need to worry about is enjoying your new home. First Class Mortgage. Our expertise, your peace of mind. Put an expert to work for you. Call today.
(15-13) Horace leading here in the second set. They lead this game 1-0 over Fargo South. It has been tight throughout, neither team gaining more than a 4-point advantage on either side. Horace, with this victory, would extend their lead in the EDC standings over Fargo South by a game. They lead them in the standings by 1. They're still 3 games behind West Fargo Cheyenne. But the importance here is that they separate themselves from that 8th spot a little bit more and continue to play with the hopes of hosting an opening round game, as that one is sent too far by Bavkun, and the point to the Bruins. On the other side of the ball, I should say net in this regard, South trying to close that gap and tie things up with Horace. Have yet to win a game this year against the Hawks. They've won 3 sets against Horace. And right now, that one off the block attempt at the front by Christofferson and Livingston, and we're tied up at 15 apiece. South trying to make it a 4th set total overall victory in their time against Horace so far in 2023, as Bacco's serve goes into the net and Horace back on top at 16-15.
Summerfield serving for the Hawks.
Both these teams very young. Both rosters only feature 2 seniors each. 1 senior for Horace not in attendance tonight, as that block attempt is sent back and in play. Bavkun and Shook on that right side, and Horace back up 2. Summerfield to serve, gets it over. Bacco sent it almost into the scores table, and South just has to send it over. Coulter in the middle, Shook sent it over, and we are going to get a net violation, this time on Klockner. And it's 18-15. Coach Payton. She's a pacer. It's always interesting to me to see how coaches move throughout the sets. Some coaches just stand pretty still, as that kill attempt is good. That is the first time that we've had an opportunity to talk about Talon Holford in the middle. The sophomore gets the point and makes it 18-16. Coach Payton, she's a mover. She'll crouch. She'll pace. She'll yell encouragement. She's energy. On the other side, Coach Steffen, a little bit more poise in terms of movement, as that kill attempt is saved by South in the middle. Christofferson almost came away with the point. Summerfield back to her off the South block, and it, again, a misdirection of the ball. Throws it off of Bacco, who was in the back to kind of handle it, and Horace gets the point at 19-16, and Coach Payton walks towards the scores table. And we'll call a timeout, her final one of the set. At 19-16 our score. Horace has one as well. We'll keep it right here for you on your live events broadcast of North Dakota High School football. Dan Gunnarsson, Joey Hughes with you. Horace won the first set 31-29. Currently lead the second set at 19-16. Horace has been resilient, a word that we heard from Coach Steffen in the pregame show. And they've really done a great job of not allowing South to gain an advantage, get in any extreme runs. It's a very active student section here tonight. for the Bruins. They have not allowed for that to get into their heads, disrupt their concentration. Resilient is a great way to describe the way that they've played tonight. As Christofferson pushed that one over. Nice job by Shook just to throw out the left hand and send it over. Back row, Christofferson handles it. Donnelly to Christofferson to the back row. It's Hawley. Whiting to Klockner, push over. It's Donnelly again. Now Summerfield. She'll go to Hale, who will push it over back row. It's Hawley. Whiting will set it up again in the middle to Holford. Push. Dug out by Summerfield, and then Hale sends it over. Hawley calls for it to Whiting. To the middle, it's Holford. Back row, Summerfield. Boy, what a volley that she's had. And that one is sent into the net by Christofferson. So the point goes to South. And Coach Steffen will get a rotational switch on this one. And we're seeing Mueller for the first time. This is the other 8th grader that Coach spoke to as well, as she brings Christofferson to the bench. So Mueller getting an opportunity. Is this one sent over? Christofferson, Donnelly. It's going to be Mueller right away. Enters the game and gets the kill. And just like that, she comes out because Spiekemeyer comes in as the back row rotational player for Horace. She sends it over, dug out by Hawley. And Klockner from the outside into the net, and the point to Horace. Coach Payton out of timeouts. Oh, pardon me. She has one left. With a score 21-17. We'll keep it right here as well. I lost track of my timeouts as well. Regardless, the Bruins up, down by 4 points in this set. They were down by 4 points in the first set as well, 23-19 in fact. Before they were able to come all the way back and tie things up, sending us into overtime, which was eventually won by Horace at 31-29. Horace right now with that 4-point lead, and I think Coach Hadley's message to her team, or Coach Steffen's message to her team, is going to be, again, stay the course. We're getting close to that 25. Don't let anything deter you. Stay assignment sound. As she had said in the pregame show, stay in your seat on the bus, stay strapped in. Don't try to do more than is asked of you, and we'll be okay. And so far, Horace has done a good job of abiding by that rule. Donnelly's going to set it up on the outside. It's Hale, kill attempt. South saves it. Summerfield back to Donnelly, who go to the middle. Shook with the left hand. That was an awkward-looking kill attempt, and I think Shook kind of feels it as well. Almost a reactionary way that she went about trying to push that ball over. I just think got out of step as she approached the net. Sends it over, out of bounds. And now South to serve. This is about the time of the first set where they were able to come back and tie things up. No one sent over. Horace, Donnelly. This time Shook was right in stride and does get the kill as the dig attempt to the back. Hawley unable to handle it. And it's 22-18. Horace at one point was down by 4 themselves early on in this set, but they have done a great job of storming back into this one as the serve is sent over by Shook, dug out by South from the outside. It's Bockel, but set up by Donnelly in the middle. Oh boy, Livingston just kind of pushed it over. That's once pushed back to Horace. Spiekemeyer to Donnelly. She'll go to the outside. It's Christofferson, too far. Boy, they're looking for the tip. And Horace not getting it. It's always interesting to me when you see both sides of the net react as if that's their point. It's a job by Hale to dig that out. Christopherson sends it over. Ooh, Hawley kind of caught out of position there. Oh, we're going to get one. This hit the net, and there's the point to Horace. Good eye by the back judge to notice that the antenna was moving, and the point to Horace. I think if we're going to talk about anything with this second set, it has been, I would say, not maybe frustration, but some questions directed by the Horace bench towards the officiating crew. Good, bad, or otherwise, this team has not let it, again, rattle them. As that kill attempt goes the way of South, it's 23-20. And credit to the way that Horace has played to not let things that have gone against them snowball. But here we are again, late in a set. South trails by 3. Horace trying to avoid the deja vu. Christopherson sends it over. This one sent to the net. South is going to save it, send it over. Well, Coulter kind of slipped on the logo, but she's still able to get that set up. And then the kill attempt for the outside. Christopherson off the block. Tip stayed in play regardless, and the point goes to Horace, and now they are at set point. Jordan Christopherson in the back row on the baseline. On the G and the O of Fargo. She approaches the line, sends it over. Dug out by South. Set up. They're going to go to the middle. It's Hoffer with the kill. Talon keeps South alive. Baco back to serve at 24-21. Sent over. Dug out by Summerfield. Set up by Coulter on the outside. It's Bavkun and South. We're going to get a lift on South, and that is set point. So of all the calls that Horace had questions about in that second set, now South has questions about this as well, and so they're going to go to the head umpire to ask about questions. I didn't see the lift personally. That looked to me like it went off to either the hip or the shoulder, and there's still some questions, and boy, that's a quick conversation. And the discussion, which if we had a mic, I'd love to hear it. But I don't think this is going to go South's way, so Horace is going to end up getting the victory at 25-21 in that second set to take a 2-0 lead here in this EDC matchup. We will break. When we come back, third set action from the Fargo South Gymnasium. You're watching North Dakota High School Volleyball on your live event.
I'm Mandy Latour. I'm confident in the game, and when it's time for college, I'm confident Bank of North Dakota will help me make good student loan decisions. Visit bnd.nd.gov/confident.
I'm Darian Bitts. I'm confident on and off the field. And when it's time for college, I'm confident Bank of North Dakota will help me make good student loan decisions. Visit bnd.nd.gov/confident.
R&J Broadcasting Incorporated is hiring a full-time play-by-play sports announcer and broadcast sales representative. Duties include selling advertising time for radio, digital, video streaming, and regional cable TV. Play-by-play responsibilities include live play-by-play of local sporting events for radio, video streaming, and regional cable TV broadcasts. Wage plus talent and commission pay structure with full-time benefits package offered. For more information or to apply, email apply@rjbroadcasting.com. That's apply@rjbroadcasting.com.
Dan Gunnarsson, Joey Hughes back with you from the Fargo South Gymnasium as the third set looking to get underway. Horace leading this 2-1. A 25-21 victory in the second set by Horace has set him up a set away from winning this game. We've highlighted it throughout this contest, but this EDC matchup and where these two teams sit in the standings. If Horace wants an outside chance of trying to catch West Fargo Cheyenne, they need to just keep winning games. And for Horace, what follows tonight is some contests against teams towards the bottom of the standings. Not immediately after this, they'll be at home against Grand Forks Red River, who sit 4th in the EDC, but then you've got Devils Lake and Wahpeton, the two bottom teams of the EDC. So an opportunity for Horace, who sits at 8-10 in EDC play, to potentially get close to a 500 record in EDC play. These are not 2-point matches the rest of the way. They're all 1-point matches against Red River, Devils Lake, and Wahpeton. For South, it's Fargo Oak Grove later this week, but then it's Valley City, Shanley, and North. Doesn't really get any easier for them after this. So for South, imperative that they come back in this one, and it's a good start in that third set on the outside. Malo with the kill and the point. Horace, or I should say South now, up 1-0 to begin this third set. Donnelly will send to the outside. Christopherson swings at it and gets the kill. That one is Kelby. Sister Jordan. Both of those two tonight have been outstanding for the Hawks. As we're tied at 1 apiece. Spiegelmeier comes on in for Christopherson. And she'll serve. Hawley digs it out. Whiting will send it to the outside. Gugesberg, kill attempt, dug out by Summerfield. Donnelly will go to the net to set it up to the outside. Christopherson into the net. And the point to South. Malo to serve. Sent over, dug out by Summerfield. Donnelly. Oh boy, nice job by Shook at the net. That was a set to the outside for Christopherson, and Shook went up as well. But I have to say, that was just a smart play by Shook. That ball was not going to get to Christopherson in a way that she would have an opportunity to actually get any kind of authority behind it. So Shook just tipped it over with the left hand and got the point. And then on the return, Horace gets the ace as South is unable to handle it. And it's 3-2. Gritty. This is the time for South to show some of that personality. Down 2-0 as Holford gets the kill to tie things up at 3. You have to stay engaged and you have to stay focused despite the 2-set deficit. And there's nothing that would indicate this match is going to be a blowout one way or the other. So you're going to have your opportunities as Bockel unable to handle that one as she sends it to the net. And the point will go to Horace. Quick line change, so to speak, for the Hawks. 33% of your rotation comes out. Coulter in, sends it over. Boy, that one went off of Bockel. She thought it went behind her. South is able to retain it, send it over. Coulter to the outside. It's Bovkun. It's dug out by Whiting. Hawley to the outside, and that one just sent into the net by Gugesberg. And it's a 2-point advantage for Horace. Coulter. Sends it over. South back to Gugesberger, sends that way too far to the far side. Out of play. And it's 6-3 Horace. Coulter, an 8th grader, as Coach Steffen would say, she's not playing just because short on upper class type players, as that serve dug out by South, sent too far back to the net, and Christofferson sends it into the concession area. And South, which looked like they had made a mistake and were about to go down 4 points, is gifted a point, and it's 6-4. Ruby Hawley sends it over, dug out by Summerfield. Coulter saves it from going into the station where the umpire sits, but really just delaying the inevitable, which is Hofer with the kill, and we're at 6-5. I think if you talk to Coach Payton, she'd say the same thing about Ruby Hawley, the 8th grader. She's not playing out of necessity due to low numbers. She's playing because she forced her way to this varsity squad. Meanwhile, forcing their way back into this one is South. Down 3, they've tied it up at 6 apiece. A couple mistakes by Horace have aided the comeback. But you're not going to apologize for that, and there's another mistake. Coulter kind of tapping herself, saying, you know, my bad. And it's a 4-point rally for South, as we're going to get Christofferson to check on in for Spiekemeyer. She'll stand next to her sister, Livingston, Bofkoon, Summerfield, and Coulter. Coulter, the setter, will bump set that over to Christofferson, who goes too far to the back, and that's a 5-point rally for South. Talked about the grittiness. We're starting to see it, and Coach Steffen's starting to feel it for Horace. She wants a timeout. We'll break as well. 8-6, Bruins on top early here in the 3rd set. You're watching North Dakota High School Volleyball on your live event.
At Enbridge, we believe sustainability is the foundation of our success. How well we perform as a steward of our environment, a safe operator of essential energy infrastructure, a good neighbor, and a diverse employer defines our success. Learn more about Enbridge's environmental, social, and governance commitments and our Indigenous Reconciliation Plan at enbridge.com.
Fargo South leading early on in the 3rd set, 8-6. They trailed 6-3, have had a 5-point rally. Coach Steffen for Horace, calling her first of 2 timeouts in this set. Standing at the end of her bench, looking for her team to respond. It's Hawley. Ruby to serve. Sends it over. Summerfield digs it out. It's Coulter. She'll bump set it over to the outside. Christofferson goes for the kill, and there's Hawley right there. Sends it back to Summerfield. Coulter right at the net has to bump it over to Christofferson, and then we are going to get a net violation. I'm able to see who that might have been on. But the point to South. Hawley sends it over, and it's out. Tried to go cross court with the serve, and the litany list of errors that Horace stumbled through on their way from being up 6-3 to down 9-6. They escaped that little rally as the service error for South gets them a side out as Christofferson sends it over. Holford, good job by Horace to make sure they don't get a kill attempt, and there's another long serve. This time it's Kelby Christofferson, not Jordan. But the air still plays the advantage to South as they jump back in front by 3 at 10-7. This is the type of response and attitude that Coach Payton had talked about, seeing from her team the inability to give up. They just refuse to quit. As Clockter from the outside gets the kill. And it's 11-7. I'm sure if you ask coaches, volleyball coaches specifically, the 3rd set is probably the most dangerous one for a team that has won the first 2. You can see the finish line, but you still have to go through I don't want to say the motions to get to 25 points, but again, you have to stay focused. And right now, Horace just a lot of plays that we are not used to seeing through those first 2 sets. South, though, they're making the plays to their credit, up 11-7, as that one is blocked up in the air and unable to gather around the ball and bring it over to the other side is South. So Horace gets a side out, maintains that 3-point disadvantage, and it'll be Summerfield to serve. Sent over, dug out, set up by South. Block attempt, just not tight enough for Shook and Christofferson. And South back on top by 4. Well, halfway through this one, 12-8 your score. Bruins. Hawks took the first 2 sets, 31-29, 25-21. So that serve raises the top of the net. Summerfield does a nice job of hanging on to it, and Christofferson from the back row sent it over Hoppy to the right of Holly, and the point to Horace. Triple H right there. All Christofferson cares about is getting that side out, getting her teammate Donnelly to the back to serve. Sent over, kind of a knuckleball, and boy, great serve as Holly just unable to handle it, sent it too far to the net. Whiting unable to tip it up. And it's 12-10. Just no rotation on the ball from the serve of Donnelly. Fluttered like a Tim Wakefield knuckleball. R.I.P. I want a little bit of rotation. Dug out a little bit better by Holly. South, though, will bump it over. Christofferson. Donnelly will set it up to the outside. It's Christofferson with the kill. And here comes Horace as that one is sent into the concession area. Somebody go find that ball. Backup ball in play. 12-11 our score. Horace down 1. Donnelly. Sends it over. Holly grabs it. Sent. Spike Malo. Dug out by Summerfield. Donnelly set. Tracked down by Hale, but South will have an opportunity to attack. It's Bacco. Goes to the far side. Summerfield. Nice dig. Set up by Donnelly to Hale. Back row. Dug out by Hoppy. Popped up by Whiting. Sent over by Malo. Dug out by Christofferson. Going to the outside. It's Christofferson with the kill, and we're tied at 12. So a great response by Horace to come back and tie this up at 12 apiece. It's been Donnelly serving as South is trying to get a side out. They've had a tough time with this. Donnelly's just going to have to push it over. Dug out, set up, Malo, push, kill, point, South. Kind of dunked it on him. Horace couldn't do much but just watch that ball as it fell to the hardwood. And Horace will attack. That one sent pretty close to the net, sent back by Whiting, but good job by her to at least give South the opportunity. But Hoppy sends that one out of play, and we're tied at 13 apiece. Rotation time for the Hawks. Spiekemeyer in, Christofferson out. Spiekemeyer to serve. Looking for the ball. Comes from the crowd. Sends it over. Dug out by Holly. To the outside for Gugesberg, but Spiekemeyer there to dig it out. Set up to the outside. It's Hale. Off the hand of Holly and out of play. Point. Hawks. So they've retained the advantage. We're up 6-3. Saw that swing go the way of South, and South had as much as a 4-point lead through the midway point of this set, but now as we're approaching the later stages of it, the Hawks have grabbed a 1-point lead. To the outside, it's Christofferson with the kill. This time it's Jordan, and Horace is up 2. Coach Payton retaining those timeouts. Her MO has usually been to go to a timeout early in a set. Good job, though, allowing Horace to stop the momentum with an error of their own. A service error from Spiekemeyer. They've done that a lot throughout this third set. No one sent far. Summerfield, Donnelly, and sent over, but out of play by Shook, and we're tied up at 15. Malo serving. Dug out by Horace. Christopherson from the back. Tipped up by Gugelsberg. To the outside, it's Backel. There's Summerfield. Spiekemeyer. Sent back row by Christopherson. Going to the outside, it's Backel. Tipped up and dug out by Spiekemeyer. Lost the ball, but Hale says, I got you. Sends it over. Set up in the middle. Back row kill by Gugelsberg. And South back on top. Christopherson in. That's Kelby. Piper Spiekemeyer is out. Malo with the serve, dug out by Christopherson, but she sends it too far towards the Horace student section. And it's a 2-point lead now for South. Back and forth we go. South, who saw that lead evaporate when they had gained the 4-point advantage. Now back in front by 2. Malo trying to make it more as Summerfield sends it up. That one kind of finessed over, but South there as Holford gets the kill off the block attempt. Out of play. Horace down 3. Coach Steffen will hold on to her final timeout of the set. She does hold the 2-set to nothing advantage, at least her team does. And she's wanting Horace to find some resolve. Hale from the outside goes back row. Boy, Whiting put it on her real quick. Did everything she could to hang on to that one. Dug out nicely by Donnelly. It's going to be a set to the outside, and on Malo is Hale's kill, and an important side out for the Hawks.
Shot serving for the Hawks. 11 clean back in.
Shook to serve, sends it over, dug out by Holly. Go to the outside. Holford couldn't get much on that. They're going to go to the outside. Hale push. Holly there. Whiting to the outside. It's Gugelsberg push. Christopherson there. Donnelly. She'll go to the other Christopherson. There's Backel. They're going to go to the middle. It's Holford. Kill. Summerfield in. Shouting out encouragements to her team. Sent over. Dug out by Christopherson. Set up by Donnelly. She's going to go to Jordan on the outside. Point for South. They blocked it at the net. Backel and Holly in the back both dove what felt like slow motion to try and get that one. It goes off their arms and out of play, and the point to the Hawks. That one is too far on the serve. Coulter in. Service error. Hawks. Point South. They're up 3 at 20-17. Holly sends it over. Dug out by Christopherson. Coulter set it up. Sends it over. Christopherson gets the kill. Klockner unable to handle it. Horace still in it. Couple more points for Horace to tie this thing up. Need a rally. Christopherson off the top of the net, and I think that threw Backel off. And it's 20-19. Horace with the lead. Coach Payton will take her first time out of the set, and we'll pause as well. 20-19, your score. South with a 1-point lead in this third set. You're watching North Dakota High School Volleyball on your live event.
Let's get real. Get ready for a place that's big enough to grow and small enough to care. The University of Minnesota Crookston offers more than 35 majors, minors, and certificates. Earn a University of Minnesota degree, where you can make a difference in a close-knit community. Faculty become friends and friends feel like family. You don't need a big city, just big dreams. The University of Minnesota Crookston. Real, hands-on, and will get you ready for anything.
Dan Gunnarsson back with you here. Joey Hughes, the cameraman, joining us as well. Thank you so much for joining us on tonight's broadcast of North Dakota High School football on your live event. As Horace trails 20-19, Christofferson served too far. The air gives South this side out and the 2-point advantage. And we have seen a lot of those in this third set from Horace. Service errors, kill attempt errors, as that one is dug out by Kelby Christofferson. It's Jordan now from the back row. Dug out by Bockel. Klockner right into the arms of Summerfield. It's set up to the outside. It's Bofkuhn. It's dug out nicely by Bockel. Klockner. Christofferson. Coulter to the middle. Livingston. Nice job to find the open spot in the back row and the point to the Hawks. Make sure to stay tuned for our post-game show, the Tommy's Express Car Wash post-game show, where we'll name the Enbridge Energy Player of the Game and the RDK Enterprises Precision Play of the Game. Still TBD on that one, as that kill from Klockner goes off the hands of Christofferson, and South trying to make the time of the post-game show TBD as well. Rotation, switch, Klockner. She's had a strong game tonight from that outside. In her spot comes Kirsten Hoppy. (22-20), Bruins lead. Hoppy serve. Christofferson sends it towards the front, where Coulter will just send it over, and there's just too many cooks in the kitchen. As Horace with another error in this third set, and Coach Hadley wants to talk things over. Coach Steffen, I should say, and we're going to keep it right here as well. Coach Steffen in that pregame show had talked about staying in your lane. Used a metaphor about staying on your seat in the bus, and we'll get there together. But you look at that play, and it is reason why she wants this team to stay in their lane. You see this with teams from time to time, especially young ones. You may have a player that is a little bit better than others, and they try to do everything for a team, and it causes issues because now you come to expect that one person to do everything for you, and that one person then doesn't have any trust in the rest of their teammates. Coach Steffen really trying to integrate within her team the trust factor when she says, stay in your seat. And Horace right now trying to stay in their seat long enough to get them at least back into this third set, but South, with Hoppy serving, is up 3 at 23-20. Bofkuhn from the outside. Nice block attempt at the top of the net by Bockel and Malo. And that one is Bockel's return for the point and the kill. And we're at a set point. So South watching this grittiness come to fruition. Up 4, trying to get this to a fourth set. On the outside, South, nice block attempt of the Christofferson kill. In the middle, it's Malo, and her kill is blocked. And the point goes to Horace. Life still for the Hawks, 24-21. Our final in that second set was 25-21. Can the Hawks close the gap? It's going to be up to Donnelly to go on a streak. Right over the net. Hawley barely able to dig it out, but Horace will have a chance to go after the kill. It's Hale with it from the outside. 24-22. timeout, Coach Payton. And again, we'll keep it right here. So now Horace looking to close that gap. Down 2 points. Nice point for the Bruins. Gets them that third set victory and pushes us into the fourth set. This game, which was scheduled to start at 7, got off a little bit later than normal. The Fargo South Athletics had an opportunity to have a ceremony before this game for their seniors. And a recognition ceremony for athletes to recognize 2 important individuals in their lives that have helped them reach their goal in athletics. Many of those still in attendance tonight. With the score at 24-22, Donnelly again sends it over, and it's in. Holly decided to let that go, and it felt long off the serve, but it died right towards the end and absolutely most definitely in, not even a question on that one. And Donnelly a point away from pushing this thing into an overtime score. 24-23. Sends it over. Holly sets it up. Whiting will push it towards the middle. Bacco just has to push it over. Summerfield. Donnelly will go to the outside. She'll go to Hale. Point in! We're all square at 24. So Horace's 4-point rally has tied things up at 24 apiece. Donnelly pushes it over. Dug out by Holly. Set up by Whiting to the outside. It's Malo. She's blocked. Point Horace. 25-24. And Horace is a point away. 24-20 was your score. Donnelly came on and now is a point away from completing the comeback and the sweep. Sent over, and it's in! Service ace! Game! Horace with an incredible comeback down 4 wins this one at 26-24. What a job by the Hawks to finish this one off and get the victory. Donnelly came in with the score at 24-21, and 5 straight points sends Horace home happy. The victory for the Hawks pushes their EDC record to 9-10 overall, 16-11 overall in play. What a job by the Hawks. Resolve, resilience, whatever you want to say. Horace showed it tonight. And they get the win, 26-24. We will break. When we come back, it is our Tommy's Express Car Wash post-game show. You're watching North Dakota High School Volleyball on your live event.
Every farmer has a good story about picking rocks. Want to hear ours? To this day, we pick rocks on our founder's farm, and they go into every Bell Bank branch we build. How's that for rock-solid commitment?
Every bank wants you to open an account. Then along come sneaky fees. Sneaky, sneaky. If you hate sneaky fees, switch to Bell Bank. We give sneaky fees the boot. Bell Bank.
A game without a crowd is just a scrimmage. A performance without an audience is just a rehearsal. Without your presence, high school sports and the performing arts aren't possible. Ensure that these essential extracurricular activities continue to enrich the lives of students in North Dakota. Purchase a ticket to your local high school's game or performance.
This message presented by the NDHSAA and the North Dakota Interscholastic Athletic Administrators Association.
Dan Gunnarsson here on the Tommy's Express Car Wash post-game show, your final from the South Gymnasium. Horace wins 3-0. Thank you to Tommy's Express Car Wash. Love your ride at Tommy's Express Car Wash. Sign up for the Tommy Club through the app today. And new members get their first 30 days free. Tommy's Express Car Wash with 2 locations in Fargo and 2 in Moorhead. They have tools and the expertise to keep your car clean inside and out. We're going to be joined by a couple of individuals from the Horace team, both the coach and a player. It looks like we're going to have Jaden Hale join us as well on this post-game show. But again, just a quick kind of recap of how this went. Horace wins that first set, long set, 31-29. They were up 23-19 at one point in that one, but they get the victory there. 25-21, a more normal set. The second set, victory for Horace as well. And then the third set, 26-24, but down 24-20 at one point. Able to come all the way back and steal the victory away from South and end this one in 3 sets. We'll take a break. When we come back, we'll have a chance to talk with Hadley Steffen and Jaden Hale from the Horace Hawks volleyball team. You're watching North Dakota High School Volleyball on your live event.
Keep your job site stocked with reliable service from Prairie Supply Inc., the contractor's headquarters. Our team specializes in everything concrete. That means hand tools and equipment, rebar of all shapes and sizes, concrete forming packages and ICFs, decorative concrete materials like color, stain, sealers, and coatings. And let's not forget our impressive fleet of winter construction equipment to keep the concrete flowing all year round. If you've got concrete questions, we've got concrete answers at Prairie Supply Inc., the contractor's headquarters. Visit us today at any of our 6 locations.
RDK Enterprises is searching for candidates to fill multiple positions. These customer-facing positions require a high level of organization, workflow management skills, the ability to work with and lead others, problem-solving skills, and the drive to deliver an outstanding customer experience. Available positions include shop foreman and service technician. Compensation package based on experience. If interested in joining our team, upload your resume at planterdoc.com.
Welcome back, everybody, to the Tommy's Express Car Wash post-game show. I'm joined by Jaden Hale of the Horace Hawks. And Jaden, take us through that first set. You guys were up 23-19, then all of a sudden South comes storming back, and then just back and forth for so many points. But you end up getting the victory in a critical one at 31-29. Take us through that first set.
Well, I think you have to give a lot of credit to South and their players. Their defense is unmatchable. It's definitely one of the best in the East, and they're a tough team to play against. Whether you have the best hitters or the worst, they're going to get the balls up, and I think you definitely can give a lot of credit to them and their tenacity to play really, really, really tough defense back there. But my team, we fought really, really hard, and I'm just really proud of us, and we've come so far. And last year, that would have been a win. We would have just rolled over and let them have it, and now we're here fighting and getting wins, and it feels really great.
Well, that leads into the next question about the third set. You guys are down 24-20. You get a side out and kind of looks like lost cause. You know, we don't see a lot of teams come back down 3 sets, especially in rally scoring, but you guys are able to pull it out. You had a huge hand in that with a couple big kills in that little 5-point rally. Again, take us through that third set and how you guys were playing in those final 5 points.
Yeah. I think the biggest thing is our coaches really encourage us to just keep hitting. Don't get soft in situations like that, because while a hit could go out of bounds, a tip is just easily gotten up. So I think they really encourage us to just keep hitting, and my setter put up some really, really amazing sets that allowed me to go and get really big kills, and it was a really big team effort, which is something we've been working for, and yeah, it was a really great win.
3 more games left in the season before the EDC starts for you. It looks like you're on track to at least host an opening round game on the 4th of November. What do you have to build off throughout the rest of this year, Jordan or Jaden, as you move into the postseason?
Yeah, I think we came into this game tonight really practicing that tournament-like mentality is one win and you go home. So really came into this wanting to get a big win, a quick win, and we executed really well. I mean, we've got some big games coming up, Red River, and then we've got Wahpeton, and I think they're going to be some really good wins, and I think we could really put up a fight against Red River. And I think that if we get a good win, that'll really put some wind in our sails.
Yeah, very good win tonight as well against South, a team that you've played very well against. Third time that you've beat them this year, twice in the regular season. So, hey, congratulations on the victory, and hopefully we'll see you in that win column again later this week. Thank you for your time.
Thank you so much.
Yeah, you bet. It's Jaden Hale, the outside hitter for Horace. We'll bring in the head coach, Hadley Steffen, of the Horace Hawks, as her and Jane to celebrate a little bit off camera. We'll bring you in. We'll put you on this side there, Coach, and I'll ask you the same questions I asked her to get your perspective of how things went. Specifically in that first set, I mean, you guys were up at 4 points. It looked like you were going to be able to take that victory pretty easily, and then all of a sudden South comes storming back. What did you notice from your team as the back and forth kept going on in that first set?
I mean, I think a main focus for us right now is we need to score runs of points, and we need to stop there. So going into the locker room at the beginning, that was the main focus. And like I said, South is super resilient, but we've been successful at finishing sets lately, so that's been a positive.
Speaking of success in finishing sets, how about that third set? I mean, you guys are down 24-20. I don't know if I've ever seen a team able to come back from that, especially in high school volleyball, just the way that they're able to stay focused and, as you had mentioned, the pregame show, staying on their seat on the bus and being sure to come back in the rally. What did you see from your team coming back to get that victory in the third set?
So we had called a timeout, or Peyton had called a timeout, I can't remember, and the mentality, I asked everybody, I'm like, is everybody on their seat? And they said yes. I go, is everybody buckled up? And I'm like, if you're not, get buckled up. And they're like, okay. And I'm like, we were successful by winning as a team, right? So not one person's going to win it for us. We all have to do our jobs out there, all 6 of our jobs. And that's how we're going to be successful, and they did that. Yeah,
they did a really great job. Now moving forward, just 3 games left in the regular season. Looks like you guys are well on your way to having a 7th seed. There is an opportunity for that 6th seed, but more importantly, hosting that game on November 4th. What are you looking for in these final 3 games for your team moving forward?
I think I told them at the beginning, once again in the locker room, like, we are treating these games like it's our playing game. Like, the mindset that we have going into warm-ups, the mindset we have going into the game, and the mindset we have going into the locker room, like, that we have to treat it like it's our playing game, like it's our last opportunity to play. And I think that we're doing that, and just having the right mindset and being confident in ourselves and each other, that's what's going to be most successful.
Well, if you guys play like you did tonight, you're going to be a very tough outcome EDC tournament time. Coach, I appreciate your time on the postgame show, and congratulations on the victory.
Yeah, thank you very much.
Thank you. Coach Steffen of the Horace Hawks join us on the pregame show. When we come back, we'll get to those precision plays of the game and the energy player of the game. You're watching North Dakota High School volleyball on your live event. Dan Gutterson back here on the Tommy's Express Car Wash Show. Thank you to Tommy's Express Car Wash for sponsoring our post-game show. Right now we're going to talk about the energy player of the game, brought to you by Embridge. And for us, you got to give it to Jaden Hale. Jaden really in those last 5 points helped catapult her team to the victory in the third set when her team was down 24-20. A couple big kills in that last 5-point rally to give Horace the victory over South, getting them that 3-0 victory. So Jaden Hale, our Embridge Energy Player of the Game. Embridge, pardon me, life takes energy. Embridge, energy for life. Embridge.com for career opportunities. The precision play of the game brought to you by RDK Enterprises. Well, let's go back to that third set and think about Donnelly and Lilia's performance from the service side of things, being able to hold serve for the last 5 points of that third set and give her team the opportunity to get the victory, 26-24. That is our precision play of the game, brought to you by RDK Enterprises, Hillsborough and Drayton. For precision planting, updates, information, contact RDK Enterprises, Hillsborough and Drayton. That's 701-636-2119, or visit planterdoc.com. RDK Enterprises is here to help you. And that's going to do it for our broadcast on your live event of North Dakota High School Volleyball. The final here from the Fargo South Gymnasium. Horace wins 3-0 over the Bruins. For Joey Hughes, I'm Dan Gunnarsson. Thank you so much for watching your live events broadcast of North Dakota High School Volleyball.